Alrighty, last one for the day. Thank you to my Vanna White. Well earned, I don't know, margarita, vodka,
Martini.
martini works. And some nice bougie dinner for all the things. So spine corrector. Last one, not too many exercises on here. Definitely not something that at least at Club Pilates we use in group classes. The only time that we would really come into this is in privates. We'll have fun with it, right? So first one that we're gonna do, so just to give you the two different areas, this is what they call the step and this is what they call the barrel, just for the anatomy. And then you have things that are cut out here that you can hold on to for support. When we do our sideline, you might wanna grab on to feel the space there. And certainly when we do one of the other movements and you have to slide down the barrel, you're gonna wanna hold on to that so you don't go like a ski slope, flying straight off. So the first thing that we're gonna do is called simply forward breathing. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be seated on the step facing towards the ladder barrel. So glutes are gonna come on here. You're gonna have your lumbar spine essentially relaxing on this lower part of the barrel. Knees are going to be flexed just like they are. Feet are nice and relaxed on the floor. You can add up those legs, have them essentially hip distance apart if that feels good to you. Or in line with I'm never gonna get the word right. Sorry. So you can either have your hands on your thighs or just like you had them wrapped around the calves, whatever feels better for you. We're gonna start with that pelvis in neutral, a nice flat back. And as you inhale, just prepare, engage the core. And as you exhale, you are going to bring the chest towards your knees. So leaning forward, flexing at that hip joint, not collapsing, there you go. You're gonna take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Just in this position, really giving it a chance to let the thoracic spine relax. Inhale, exhale. The last one. And then we're gonna lengthen out that spine, the thoracic spine, lifting the head, coming back up to neutral. Good job. Breathe. You can breathe. Breathing is always good. So the next thing that we're going to do is called obliques with flexion. So you're going to also use the step part of the ladder barrel. We'll probably move the ladder barrel a little bit closer towards the side of the mirror, just so you have a little more room here. So you're going to come into a Z-sit. So one glute is going to be on, one glute is going to be off the apex. Other way.
Oh, I feel it now. Yeah.
So that way it's supported, right? So the
That's way
spine
better.
corrector is supposed to help with the correction and the support. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with mummy arms. So the hands are going to be crossed across your shoulders, standing up nice and straight. We're going to start with an oblique twist. So you're going to turn towards the barrel. And then you're going to put both hands down on the barrel. And then you're going to bring your collarbone, your chest, to lean over the barrel in flexion. There you go. Then we're going to come out the way we came in. You can use those hands to come back up. Arms are going to recross across your shoulders. You're going to turn to face center, and then you're going to do an oblique twist towards the ladder barrel, and then flex in that direction. Obviously not as far because we don't have the support of the barrel. Coming back up to center, coming out of the twist. Then we're going to twist in the opposite direction, twisting back towards the barrel. You can go ahead and put the hands down on the barrel, and then forward fold, flexing from the hips, pushing back up, coming back out of the twist as you bring the arms back to the shoulders, rotating to the center, rotating towards that ladder barrel, coming back to, or sorry, you're right, flexing towards the ladder barrel, coming out of the flex, coming out of rotation, twisting towards ladder barrel last time. Then we're going to flex towards the barrel, hands down, coming down over the ladder barrel. Good job. Coming up as we came in. Arms cross over the shoulders, return to center. Last one, return towards the ladder barrel, and I will not forget this time. We come into our flexion. Oblique with flexion, it's called that for a reason. Coming out of the flexion, coming back to extension, coming back to neutral. Good job. Arms are down by your side. So the next thing that we're gonna do is called scissors. So scissors is a little bit of an inversion, not quite as crazy of an inversion like we did on the ladder barrel. So what I'm gonna do is ask you to just come over here kneeling, just so I can readjust this barrel a little bit, bringing it back to center, making sure we've got plenty of room in the back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start facing the direction of the ladder barrel. Your glutes are gonna be sitting on the step, and you're gonna have your hands behind you, holding on to this rung for support. Once you're there, I'll walk you through it, but you're gonna extend the legs and you're gonna let your back lower down onto the barrel and then slide down on the barrel in a C curve. So you wanna have your thoracic spine and head in a curve. So that way, as you roll down, you're coming down onto your thoracic spine. And that's where the pressure is gonna be while we do the scissors, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and sit on down on the step. You can push yourself up slightly if you want, if that feels good. Hands right there, and then you're gonna go ahead and lay on down, keeping your thoracic spine and head lifted. No, not that, lifted,
Okay.
because you're gonna slide down the barrel. So scoop yourself back a little bit. Letting yourself slide down to your thoracic spine. There's no pressure in that neck, right?
No.
Okay, perfect. So with that, we're
Am I
gonna.
down far enough though?
You're fine.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
actually, if anything, you're down a little bit too much, but that's
Okay.
okay. So it's your hips should be on the apex, but it's okay for this example. So legs are nice and extended. Feet are going to be flexed, plantar flexed, and you're going to hinge one hip as you extend the other. So you're going to do scissors. One leg comes towards your face as the other goes down to the floor. Then we're going to switch. Opposite hip flexes, opposite hip extends. We're going to do a double pulse at the top. Then we're going to switch, flex and extend, do a double pulse. Switch the flexion and extension of the hips, double pulse. Last one, switch the flexion, double pulse. Good job. Legs come back to the 45. We're going to go ahead and flex the knees. You can go ahead and let the feet rest down on the barrel. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop the barrel back. There you go. Feel nice and stable?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Moving right along. So the next two moves, we're going to need some spotter. So I'm going to be your spotter.
Okay.
So we're going to be prone on the barrel. So your hips are going to be at the apex of the barrel. Your feet are going to be down on the side. Your torso, you're going to just let it hang. So you're just going to be forward folded, flexed over the barrel to start. Then with the arms, we're going to bring the arms to bending the elbows. You can have your hands out or your hands crossed against the shoulder. I'm going to hold your feet down and you're going to do a spinal extension. So essentially a swan, but a more aggressive swan because I'm going to be holding down your feet. Then the second variation, we're going to add an extension where you have one arm out to the side and you do an extension similar to what we did on the previous apparatus.
Okay.
So you can go ahead. Now it's all up.
All the way.
You want to have your hips at the apex. There you go. So toes are tucked onto the mat. I've got your heels.
Am I like flex like that with my toes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Toes are tucked into the mat. That's nice and good. Nice neutral pelvis. You're going to start by engaging the core. You've got your elbows flexed, palms on your forehead. You're going to lift up. Using the leverage from the feet, lowering back down. Ooh, look at those muscles on that back, girl. As you exhale, you're gonna lift back up. There should be no pressure on your neck. You shouldn't feel anything in the lower spine, lowering back down. Last one, as you exhale, lifting up, and then lowering back down. Give yourself a quick little break. I'm going to keep holding your ankles. We're going to add some spinal rotation in it, okay?
Okay.
So the next time you lift up, you're going to rotate to the right. So go ahead and rotate to the right. You're going to hold that position. You're going to extend the right elbow. There you go. Adding a little more rotation. Then you're going to bend and flex the elbow. Coming back to neutral, we're going to go to the other side. Rotate to the left. Left elbow extends out straight, so you get a little bit deeper into the rotation. Flex the elbow. Palm comes back to the forehead, coming back to neutral. You can go ahead and lower back down. I know that's a lot. We're going to do it one more time. As As you exhale, go ahead and lift the chest up, off. I've got your ankles for support. You're gonna rotate towards the right. Extend the right arm through the elbow. Then flex at the elbow. Bring the palm back to your forehead. Come back to neutral. We're gonna rotate to the left. Extend the left arm from the elbow. Flex the elbow. Palm comes back to the forehead. Back of the hand. And then we're gonna lower it back down. Woo!
Oh my
Good
god.
job.
Woo!
Okay, go ahead and let go of those knees.
I'm just gonna stay here.
Up to you on how you want to come up or down. So one little last part here, we have our side lying series. Okay?
Mhm.
So the side lying series, your hip is going to be resting on the apex.
Okay.
So your legs are essentially going to be supported. You're going to be out straight. Both of them are going to be raised. So you can have your forearm down like this for support if that feels good. And you can also hold on to one of the rungs here. So however you want to do it, a lot of times I'll just put my knee on here, then lean over to this, and then I have my legs kind of loose a little bit so that I can find the adjustment of where that apex is in relation to that hip joint. There you go. Put this arm down on the mat so that you don't feel awkward. This arm is nice and held. Perfect. Nice and engaged core. Elbows are stacked, hips are stacked. Both feet are elevated. They're adducted to start, so they're together. Feet are plantar flexed, so feet are nice. Dorsiflexed, so flexed. So this top leg, all we're gonna do is lift it just to your hip height, then adduct it, bringing it back down to the bottom leg. Abduct it, lifting it up. Adduct it, bring it back down, controlling the movement from the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Last one. Good job. And then you can go ahead and bend the knees and come up out of the sideline. See? It wasn't so bad. And now we get drinks. I hope you guys get drinks too for watching it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should.